All right, the same day President Trump is meeting with oil companies in the future of Venezuela. Kimberly Ducart, thank you. It is good to have you with us. And let's bring in our panel to weigh in. Pleased to have Christina Bobb, attorney at Judicial Watch, former Trump attorney, and author of the brand new book, a bestseller already, Defiant: Inside the Mar-a-Lago Raid and the Left's Ongoing Lawfare. Also, Ryan McBeth, open source intelligence analyst. We are talking about a lot of the big moving parts when it comes to Venezuela, but I do want to touch on Congressman Don Bacon, who just had that X post, Christina. Does President Trump and Stephen Miller think that Greenland is something that they can go in and seize, or do you think this is sort of a bit of a nudging and a troll? Obviously, Venezuela is very different. Illegitimate president, more than 50 countries, including the EU, said Maduro was not this, and he had been indicted since 2020. What do you tell our audience, though, about Greenland? It seems to keep coming up.
Right. The thing about Greenland, the thing about President Trump, actually, and this comes from my personally watching him when I worked for him, he is an expert negotiator. And the thing that he knows about negotiations is it's not the actual when you're sitting down at the table, it's all the prep work. It's everything that you do beforehand to create the type of circumstances so that when you want to do something, whether it's Greenland or something else, we don't exactly know what card he's trying to play. But I 100% believe that this is Donald Trump priming the circumstances to create an advantageous set of circumstances for whatever it is that he's trying to do, whether it is something related to Greenland or otherwise. This is all him prepping the space.
All right. Well, it could be maybe some type of, shared treaty, Ryan. I don't know, but it's got a lot of people in a tizzy, including on the Hill. But there is a national security angle of all of that, and it's a strategic place. It's got a small population. We've seen, some people wearing MAGA hats over there as well last year when this was first raised.
You're absolutely right. It is a strategic location. The climate is changing, and as the polar ice caps recede, essentially this opens up a northwest passage. And what this would allow for is for increased trade above Canada and essentially a shorter route to different markets. And obtaining Greenland allows us to secure that northwest passage. Now, that could be financially. Ideally, it would be some sort of financial deal. You can give $5 million to every single Greenlander. There's about 30,000 of them. That would cost us about $150 billion to secure the Northwest Passage, and they can vote themselves away from Denmark and into a U.S. territory. So that certainly would be a good idea. I don't know about the whole invasion part, but Greenland is essential to America's national security moving forward as the polar ice caps recede.
Wow. All right. So moving forward, let's talk about Venezuela. We saw Delcy Rodriguez take the oath, the official, now interim president. And some were noting that while she did this in this ceremony, it is ambassadors right after she took the oath from China, Russia, and Iran saying, congratulations here. President Trump meeting with oil companies on Thursday. Where that goes is fascinating as well, because he put up the blockade. We can put up all the military assets. This has been building. Maduro had an option not to keep dancing, but perhaps take a pardon like the president of Honduras did, Christina. He didn't opt that way. So now oil will be, I guess, the next sort of stage in the rebuilding of Venezuela. Yeah,
and I think that the way that the Trump administration and the military executed this seizing of Maduro and his wife, I can only imagine that it has put at least a level of respect, if not outright fear, into the minds of these other leaders, taking this very, very seriously, that they could be next. And I'm not saying that they are, that that's what they're projecting, but there's wanted posters and rewards for several of these people. So they have to take very seriously what they're going to do with this. And of course, it is up to Venezuela how they handle it. But I would bet that they are really trying to figure out how they can accommodate Donald Trump in their own kind of self-serving way. But I think they absolutely are trying to accommodate Donald Trump.